G'day YouTube, Wobbles on a lot here with part 3 of the grandfather's axe restoration video. I do apologise for the sudden untimely interruption and ending of the second video, but you know, the battery sort of decided that the video was going to end while I was up there filing and while this was here doing its thing. And as you can see, quite a lot of rust and flakes and other sorts of gunk have, there we go, try that, yeah, focusing mongrel thing. Quite a lot of rust and flakes and stuff have come off the axe head. And while that was happening, I was up here with my grandfather's wood rasp, applying it to the wooden haft and getting it to the point where it fits pretty goodly, if we may say so. And now it's about time that the overhang meets up with a hacksaw, because it just happens to be the most convenient method that I have to hand. So we'll kind of see how that goes, and my theory is that's about right, lined up with the tip, slightly clearing the pole. Excusez-moi. Tighten the clamp down a bit harder. Grab another one of these. Drop the saw while I'm at it. And secure the clamp to the other end of the axe handle. After which, it probably should behave itself a little bit better, especially if I put the foot behind it. I don't know, a really funny thing, $19 for one axe handle, $43 for another axe handle, so it's up to $62, and I think it might have been $2 for the wedges. Say $3. So $65. I could have bought a whole brand new axe for that. So I suppose you can see why some people don't actually bother putting a new handle on their axe. When they break the old one, they just go off and buy a new thing. Kind of difficult to get in there at the right angle, actually. There we go. Right. So now we take the wedge. $1.25 perhaps. And because as you can see there's a bit of a gap between the top of the handle and the top of the head, but there is no gap between the two halves of the sawn split handle. Therefore, in order to start that wedge, my theory is I started off with a saw cut. Whoopsie, forgive that jump cut, but yeah, the saw cut goes straight down the pre-existing saw cut, so that when the wedge is driven home it should have somewhere to go. There you go. That's how I think it should be done. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. After which the wedge can be seated home with a wooden wedge follower. Center punch, I guess. And that seemed to work pretty well. At least. as such things can be measured. I don't think that's going to fall off for a while. And yeah, when it does, I can pack that metal wedge out. But in the meantime, I think probably linseed oil on the handle will swell it and make it very secure. And now, all I really have to do is repeat the procedure after I first have a go at seeing what this cleans up like. When I take to it, with a wire brush. And under the rust, you can discover some amazing things. You can discover, for example, that underneath the rust, there's a crack running right through the blade on both sides. So that's the end of all thoughts of using this axe head. I'll just have to rethink that one. And that is now pretty much only fit, perhaps, to moor a fishing float if I was still in the game of fishing. And I'll just have to select between these two. All three have effectively the same profile. This is really heavy. Maybe they're kind of similar. This is a whole lot lighter. So, I guess, just purely out of sentimental value, I'm probably going to go for the one in the left hand with my father's welded repair job to the back of the head. Why not? And these can take their place in the shit house. While the old man's household axe waits its turn on the fitter's bench. Well, my son's Chinese axe head has finally got its head the right way onto its handle. So, a day not wasted. Even if it didn't quite turn out exactly precisely the way I thought it was going to. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.